All right. I'm trying to see how this works. Okay, now I can actually see how many people are in here. That's good. Um, hey, I'm trying to figure out how this works because I still don't have it set up right on YouTube apparently. I'm trying. Like I watched videos and everything and I'm still apparently not doing this correctly. So that's fun. Okay, well it's showing them live on here, I guess. So I mean that's better than nothing, I suppose, right? So it's Friday. Today has been absolutely fucking horrific. I have cried entirely too much today. Today has sucked. I'm over it. I'm done. Um, my husband just called me. He said, "I'll be home late tonight." I said, "Why?" He said, "I just tore the door off of my trailer." He's like, "I ran it into apparently somebody else did the exact same thing last week. Apparently, this particular place, which my husband's been to like 5 times in the past year, it is almost impossible to pull into the fucking dock. And somebody literally last week, literally last week, um, tore the door off their trailer and apparently did it again, and then he did it today. Like, and that's just like, yeah. There's been so much shit today. I'm just like, I'm over it. I'm over today. I'm over everything. Today has just been a gigantic fucking horrible shit show and like I got like almost no sleep. Woke up to nothing but issues and I'm so done. So done. Every time I think life is starting to go good, it goes to hell in a handbasket. So nobody needs doors. I mean, who cares if the freight falls out of the truck, right? I put a face mask, like a scrubby face mask on, and I washed it off, and my face still has it on there. So that's fun. Anything we can help with? Yeah, my just fucking new mental stability because I don't have it right now. Today has just been fucking awful. I wish I would have kept the car and I didn't. And yeah, I look good for having a rough day. Yeah, I spent all my time earlier crying, so the crying face is gone now. Ugh, it's like a never ending, just never ends. Last night we get paid, and I'm like, yes, we're doing good. Everything's good. We're caught up. I can, get a couple extra things that we need. This morning happens and kapow. And I'm like, well, he's not going to pay for the trailer and the door. Something else happened. And I'm just like, oh my God. So I need to go to more than a smash room. I need to go to a lot more than a freaking smash room at this point. I need to go to it. I can set it on fire room. Smash rooms are so expensive. Have you guys ever actually looked into them? You do not get what you pay for, dude. I am telling you right now, if you live out in the holler, just go to like the flea markets, get a bunch of plates, cups, whatever. Go out to a portion in your property and just smash the shit on it because the amount that because I looked into a rage room once. I wanted to see what they were like, so I looked into one, and the closest one to me is like forever away. It's like a couple hours away. And it's like $40 and you get like a set of dishes. It's insane. I'll go to the damn flea market, get a whole thing of dishware for $10 and go to town. Like I don't, you know what I mean? Like, I'm good. So, not angry, I'm just frustrated. I'm frustrated. So, like, for instance, this morning, like, I just like my poor dog, I don't know what it is with her, but she will get worms, okay? She doesn't barely go outside. So I don't know how it happens. And none of the other dogs, I treated them all anyway, right? About 3 weeks ago. And I know how the life cycle goes. Like once it happens, you need to do about 3 weeks later. Well, it's been about 3 weeks Everybody's good. Everybody's fine. Everything's perfect. This morning we find out that my little old skinny ass dog that I'm already having problems like I'm feeding her like eggs and everything to like help fatten her up. They're back. They're back. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna go obviously the wormer that worked on every other dog and her for 3 weeks wasn't sufficient enough, so I'm gonna go take a sample to the vet, make sure to get, some highly overrated, overpriced stuff, and my husband tells me this as he's walking out the door for work, before I can even really comprehend what's going on, and he takes the car. So now Monday, as soon as I get up and I go to take him to work, I'm literally gonna go there, have them look at the sample, give me exactly what it is we need because she is already old, she is already skinny. I am already trying to fatten her up with anything I can find at this point. I'm feeding her like nothing but, like eggs because that worked on my other dog. They say, when a dog is skinny, feed him some eggs. She's old, she's old anyways, and she's, going to lose weight, but then this happened, so, she's got that going on, and I'm just like, "Can we just stop? Can it just stop?" Like, oh my god. No, it's Yoda Brennan. She has gotten, a lot skinnier, and so I was like, "Oh, well, I wonder if it's worms." So, within a few days of me wondering that, some showed up, and I was like, "Alright." So we treated them, immediately. I immediately ordered the stuff, give it to all the dogs just in case. Stop it, They went away. I'm like, "Alright, cool. Everything's good. Everything's great." And this morning, they're back. And I'm like, makes sense because she's not gaining weight. And I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Like, she's old. Like, her body cannot handle this right now. So I have no car. I have no car. And I call I only know a handful of people in Kentucky. So I tried calling people. One of my friends worked midnight. She didn't answer. One of my friends lives an hour away. She couldn't do it. So now I have to go ASAP Monday morning to go get this so I can get this medicine. You know what I mean? Um, in the meantime, still fattening her up. And they just showed up today, like literally just showed up today, apparently. So I don't feel too bad because like I said, we gave it to her a couple weeks ago and everything was fine. Everything was fine. I know because I see it. And everything is fine. Then this morning they're there and I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. So, he took the car to work. There's nothing I can do. So I have to go in immediately on Monday morning and get whatever they want to do. I'm gonna tell them that, this is something that's been going on. I had just treated her 3 weeks ago. And I know a lot of times when you go to the vet, they'll give you something, they'll say, now in 3 weeks, do it again. And I'm wondering if that's what's going on. So I'm gonna let them know that, it was about 3 weeks ago I treated her. And is this just the back end of it or like, but regardless, we need meds. So I'm gonna go get all that done on Monday. So yeah. But so that happened and I'm just like, can we just like can I just have one Friday that I'm not like, I was, Yoda can't make it outside. So she can't make it outside. She just made it outside. We basically, she has an area that she goes and we just have to clean it up. She is too old. She can't take the stairs. The stairs are really hard for me to get down, so I can't just, wander her out there. So there's a spot that she goes and, gets cleaned up immediately. And that's how I know that there had been no issues because I'm the one that deals with it. She has a very hard time getting around. She's got like arthritis and whatever. And the past week, while I've been feeding her these eggs, she's had more energy and walking around and doing really, really good for the first time in a long time. Usually she just lays underneath the table and she just lays. And I started feeding her, she started getting skinny, and I started getting really worried. So I did what I did with Kira when, Kira decided to lose a little weight, and I started mixing some egg in with her food. And, within a day, man, her energy was like she had energy. Like, my friend came over and she went out on the porch like 3 times, but she can't make it down the stairs, so, you have to do what you have to do, and I'm not going to risk my dog falling down the stairs or me falling down the stairs. I have to do what I have to do, so, um yeah, we're going well, look, here's the deal. I could easily go and get the same shit that I got last time that worked on every dog, worked on her. I could do that. I could have it here on Sunday. I can't be messing with maybe things. She's losing weight. She's old. I do not want to even attempt to try to save a buck, try to do whatever. It's more important this gets done accurately, quickly, and that, it's done as effectively as possible. I can't worry about this might work, that might work. By the time I order some capsule off of Amazon that may take 5 days to maybe work or not work, that could be, I'm going Monday, I'm going to the doctor, I'm having it checked, I'm getting the medicine then, I'm starting it then. If this was, a dog that, had all the weight on them and all the energy and was a puppy, like, yeah, I'll try whatever. I've been using this particular wormer forever. It's always worked. And I think that this is just the back end of the 3 weeks that sometimes they need another dose, but I don't even want to chance it. So I'm taking everything in on Monday and getting it done that way because I'm not going to even risk it, something happening and 5 days later me going, well, if I would have just taken her, if I would have just no. So I'm going to get that done on Monday. Take him to work and go get that, and then I can start the medicine on Monday. I mean, what? So I order the stuff that I used last time, and it gets here Sunday when I can go to the vet on Monday and get some probably much better, more potent, than something I can get somewhere else. Yeah, I've heard of the Diatomagus Earth. Yeah, I've heard of that. But I would much rather know that it's handled and handled correctly than wondering, is this gonna work? Whatever. She's too old for me to be dicking around with that. It's not worth me saving 10, $20 when I'd much rather just have it handled effectively and correctly. Um, well, right, Toasty, yeah, for sure. But so I'm gonna go do that on Monday. Vet isn't open on Saturday. We don't have any emergency vets, and I'm not going to an emergency vet for worming meds. That's ridiculous. They just showed up today, so I'm gonna go Monday. If this was something that we hadn't caught and I didn't know how long it was going on, but I'm telling you, yesterday there was nothing. And apparently today there is something. So I called the vet like 4 times. They got sick of me. They got real sick of me. I actually called 2 different vets, but they got real sick of me. And was asking them questions, and they said that Monday is fine. So um yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I've heard of the earth stuff. I've heard of that. But after that, I gave her some, as you can see, there's a bowl back there. I filled her bowl full of kibble and egg. She ate about half of it. I overheaped the bowl, to be honest, because I want to give her as much food as possible. So, I gave her a heaping bowl with some egg in it, and she ate about half of it, and she's over there sleeping ish, sleeping. So, um, yeah, I think I'm gonna need to look into that because especially living in the country, you get a lot of fleas. It's so frustrating. Like, it don't matter what you put on your fucking dogs, it does not fucking matter, especially when you have 10 of them. So, we have to dawn bath them quite frequently because I don't trust a lot of the meds. So, we have to just keep a really good eye and a lot of dawn baths. So, yeah. When you live out in the country, everything it's a whole 'nother freaking ball game out here. I never dealt with the stuff I dealt with out in the country, ever. It's so different living out here than it is, I used to live at least in, like, a township, like a, city. Being out in the country is just fucking weird. I'm not even used to it. I'm thinking it's the back end of the first treatment because, yeah, usually they tell you, especially if it's, if there's significant to do it again in 3 weeks. And it's been literally almost 3 weeks, almost on the nose. So I'm thinking it's just the back end, but I'm not chancing it. I'm not chancing it. I'm just gonna go do it, get some extra meds, or they can tell me, "Hey, yeah, this is the back end of it." Because what I'm doing is I'm taking in a sample of it so it can be looked at. That way they can tell me, "Yeah, this is the back end. Don't worry about it," or it needs to be treated. That's another reason why I'm doing it the way I'm doing because I'm gonna have them actually check it and make sure that everything is good. Because they'll be able to tell me what they think to do and not just, second guess everything. So, um yeah, no, I mean, I love living in the country, it's just weird. It's just weird. Um, yeah. It's making me feel a little bit better. There was some other stuff that went on today that's got me definitely feeling some kinda way, but it is what it is, so by the way, I did start a Discord server. You are more than welcome to oh, you know what? I don't have my thing on here. Hold on. I don't have my banner on here. There we go. Got my banner on here so you guys can see where to get merch and whatnot. Um, there's on my TikToks, there is a link to the Discord server. You can absolutely go in there in general and, tell me who you are. If you tell me who you are, and I know who you are, like I can verify it's you with your TikTok, message your TikTok, whatever I need to do. Then there's a verified portion for people that I know that are them and not just, random batshit crazy people who go to Discord links where they're not wanted and cause havoc for an hour. So, so Discord, I don't like it. Straight up. I don't like it. It's confusing. But the one thing that's nice about it is it's essentially kind of like a chat server. So you can like everybody in there is writing to each other and you can like send videos and pictures and stuff. There's a portion where you can voice chat. But basically I'm trying to use it as a thing to let people know I'm live. Now, I did schedule this live hoping that, notifications went out. They told me that I was looking up different things on what to do and stuff, and it said if you schedule it, then it'll start sending out notifications up to an hour earlier. They send them out like an hour, half hour early, etcetera. And so, I did that. Oh, no. That's not good. Hold on. No, it's fine. Yeah, 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 for sure, for sure. Um, so, I mean, it's nice because there's people in there that I don't normally chat with, like Short and Heels, they showed up and it's been nice, seeing new people, but, it's confusing. It's confusing. You mean like the freaking chaotic shitstorm I bounced into yesterday? I cannot express to you the horror that was on my face yesterday. Yeah, but we're not gonna talk about that because that's exactly what they want me to do. That's exactly what they want me to do is give them the little shout out that they so direly, desperately require. Yeah. You got a Twitch notification? That's how you find out? Yeah, I have this set to go through, YouTube and Twitch. There was an option for Twitch. There wasn't an option for TikTok, so I was like, "Yeah, fuck it. I'll put it on Twitch too." Like, why not? So, but yeah, so there was that. Yeah, I'm glad you yeah, so basically what's happening at this point is anybody who gets in there, feel free to go in general. Um If you're gonna be an asshat, be a quiet asshat, because if you're gonna be a chaotic asshat, I'm just gonna ban you. Well, I appreciate you, Toasty, I appreciate you. So, um um, feel free to come join us. Like I said, if I know who you are and I know who you are for real, there's another privater section where people can go as well. So there's that. You can if you I'm sure there's one or two of you here that are thinking, "Oh, I'm just gonna go wreak havoc again," and I suggest you be quiet because if you start wreaking havoc in my shit again, I'm just gonna ban you. So I guess if you wanna get there, you're gonna have to fucking lurk. You got the Twitch notification or after you got the YouTube one? Nice. Hey, at least they're going out now. At least they're going out. I mean, there's that, right? So, now here's my question. So it's telling me how many people are in here. How many people are on YouTube? How many people are on YouTube? Because is this showing me YouTube's count or like an overall count or like what is it doing, I wonder? Because I have it set going out to 2 different places. So, okay, it might be showing both places then. Okay. I appreciate you, Short. You've been good. Yeah. It's showing 54 on mine. So maybe there's 3 people on Twitch hanging out. I don't know. I'm not really sure. I don't know. I don't know any of this. Um, but uh, I you got what does Twitch say? Or did you just mean you just got the Twitch notification? Okay, so it's closed. It's closed. All right, cool. Um, I was dicking with this. I actually am paying for this. This particular now you can use this for free, but I can do like my own overlays. I got rid of the little weird duck. It's telling me how long I'm live, how many people are in here. I wasn't doing that yesterday. I can put this up, which you can do that on free, but you can only stream 20 hours free, which I can do that for a month, and I can do that in a week. So I upgraded. Um, yeah. I'm on YouTube. You're on my TV actually, and I'm using the chat on my phone. Nice. Hey CM, where you been? My husband says CM hasn't shown up in my Twitch lately. I said, is this StreamYard? I'm doing it from StreamYard. So I'm live in a studio on my computer and it is being sent out apparently to YouTube and Twitch. I can set it up to like 3 different places and I don't really go live anywhere but YouTube's, but I was like, well, I got a Twitch. Why not? So I put it on YouTube and Twitch. I can see you now. I can see you now. I didn't see you before, but I see you now. I decided to take a bath today. I haven't taken a bath I've been taking normally I'm in the bath like 3, 4 times a week, but I haven't for a minute. I've been just sticking to showers and I'm trying to do a new hair washing thing and it seems to be working-ish. I had my hair pretty curly yesterday. I was hanging out with a friend and I had my hair curlier than what it is now anyway. Didn't have any product in it, but what am I gonna do with you? You told the whole story. It was probably you probably did something bad and got it in the ban filter or something. He was like, "I think I scared off CM." I'm like, "I don't think so." Yeah, my vape is dying and I need a new coil, but I'm not gonna have the car till Sunday and because I told him I don't want the car tomorrow. So, and they're closed on Sunday. So I might not have a coil till Monday. So I'm actually using my little mod and I may have to change it out because it's tasting a little weird. So um I'm gonna be getting a PO box, like I said, so you guys can send weird shit and I can give you guys shout outs. Don't taste right. I don't know what's in this, but don't taste good. Don't taste good. It was a fish and orange soda story. Do I want to know it though? Do I want to know it? That doesn't sound very good. So I've been toying around for the past, I don't know, week. I finally got my hair, nice and blonde with my roots. And I was thinking about dyeing it dark, but I don't think I'm going to, but I keep toying with it, like maybe, but I don't think I'm going to. Oh, you saw the story? I didn't. How did you see it and I didn't? That's some shit. Yeah, I'm scrolling. I don't see shit. This tastes weird. I wonder why I didn't see it. That's weird. Um, Look, I can't do the whole like 3 colors thing. First of all, I wash my hair in hot, 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 hot water, right? And so when you do like fun colors, you have to wash your hair in cold water or it fades like extremely quickly. Which is fine when I do pink because I actually enjoy the like lighter bubblegum pink and it's hard to get originally out the gate. I mean, you can, but I like it when it's more faded. Um and I've thought about it. I've thought about doing the pink thing again and I was thinking about doing black. I was thinking about doing pink and I mean, I'm starting to get roots, as you can see, so I don't know. We'll see. I don't really know. We'll see. I've been toying around with it, but I don't really know what to do. I think I'm just, one of those where you're itching for change type deal, like you need something different. I don't know if I'm actually gonna bog down into it. So there should be 2 new unboxing videos soon. I ordered merch. Again, because I put out some new designs that I wanted, so I bought some of that, and, I put a Temu order in, like, a week and a half ago, and it's supposed to be here sometime in the next week. It's on a plane apparently, so God knows when it's gonna get here, but I don't even remember exactly what I ordered. I just know that I have noticeably put on weight, and so some of my summer clothes are probably not going to fit. So I think I bought I bought a dress and a couple of tank tops, but I'm not exactly sure what I bought and I don't want to look. I just want it to be like Christmas. I will tell you this though. They sell tumblers on there and there's a cute tumbler I want to get on there. It's a true crime one. Um because I want like another tumbler, so and I can't the what I want, I tried to make for my merch and for some reason when I try to make it, it don't turn out right. Like it turns out perfect, but it spells true crime wrong or crime scene on the because I'm using an AI generator for this particular what I was trying to do. And AI generation does not when it's in a picture does not like to spell things correctly. So what I want to put on a cup, I can't get it on there correctly. So they happen to have something fairly close to what I'm looking at on Tumblr. Uh, Timu, they have something similar on Timu, so I'm thinking about getting that here. I'm gonna wait. Hey, Shell. I'm gonna wait. I have Sissy's stroller in my Amazon cart, but I want to make sure that everything's okay with Yoda on Monday in case I need extra money for something. So I have her stroller in my cart ready to go, and I almost ordered it yesterday. Well, not yesterday, but earlier today. But I want to make sure everything's good with her and make sure that Yoda's set before I concentrate on what Sissy needs. So, you don't see the Discord link in my TikTok bio. It's not. It's in like my latest video or something. You're gonna have to type it in. I know. But yeah, you have to type it in. And yes, there's 2 different links on 2 different pages. I use different links. They all work, I think. I tried typing them and they worked anyway, but, I wanna make sure that Yoda's good. I know that I told Sissy I'd get her a stroller in the next week or 2, and I was all set. I have it in my Amazon cart, and, as soon as I know what's going on Monday, I'm ordering her stroller. So, you found it in the YouTube info? Yeah, is it in there? Yeah, I think yeah, it's in the links. It's in the links. I'm trying to pull in some of the new vape that I put in, because I don't know what the hell was in there, but whatever it was weird. I'm not sure what the hell it was, but tastes almost minty, and that's weird because I don't have any minty vape. So that's not reassuring. I'm probably I don't know what it is, but I don't like it. So, um oh my god, Nicolene, the way I read that was not even right. I read, "I got a human baby off marketplace." I read this portion and did not read the rest of it. Oh, I know, they did that, I had a disposable that it was not ice, that tasted icy, it was disgusting. Ow. Yeah, I literally read that. Yeah, you got your doggo a stroller, she got dementia. Yeah, that's Sissy's I think Sissy's getting dementia. Honestly, she's getting older and she's great. Like her body is great, her body's fine, but she wanders now. And sometimes she just stands and you're like, "Sissy, Sissy, Sissy," and she just stands. And it's like, first of all, I won't put her on a leash because she's already got tracheal issues because she's a bronchial dog. And I won't take her to a park with a leash or even a harness because sometimes they bring bigger dogs to the park with no leash, and I don't want one of them attacking her, so I put her in a stroller. So, you read that too? Okay, good, just to make sure that you also read she got a baby off of Marketplace. Um, yeah, I mean, I've thought of that, but I want her to have lots and lots of room to, like, sit, and, they usually the dog strollers have the nice netting over them, and, I made sure to get one with a cup holder so I could put my vape and everything in it, and the one I picked out's really cute, it's leopard print. Um, I had a couple different colors to choose from. I asked her if she wanted pink or leopard print. She didn't really have a preference, so the cow print one got destroyed, so, I figure we'll go for leopard print this time. Do I have the food problem? Because let me tell you, that's annoying. I'm like you, just ate 5 minutes ago, she already forgot what she ate, so sad. Um, her problem has always been, and it's very frustrating because I feed the 6 small dogs in here, the 2 middle-sized dogs in the dining room, and the 2 big dogs on the porch. And, feeding time is very annoying because what happens is you give them all a bowl and then they wanna play, roulette. So then they move around to each other's bowls, which would be fine, except Sissy thinks at least 3 of the bowls are hers. So what happens is Sissy sits in front of 3 of them and growls at anybody who comes near her. And I'm like, "You cannot do that. Other dogs need to eat." And then she won't eat it. She won't eat it. She'll just sit in front of it. And then if I go to take the bowl, suddenly she wants to eat it. And I'm like, "No, no, 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 no. We ain't playing that game. You had 20 minutes to eat it. You wanted to sit and stare at it." Oh, I know. I know, Petty. I know. That's where I'm at. And it sucks because my 2 dogs, they're both, one's body is giving out and one's mind's giving out. They're getting older. And it's hard because you have to know when is it that time? Because as much as I would love to keep them here forever, ever, ever, that's just it's selfish to do that. So I'm trying to be very mindful of, okay, is the quality of life still good? And that's why I'm like, okay, I have to go get these meds for Yoda because right now, since I started feeding her that egg, for whatever reason, she is like doing way better than what she was. So obviously the quality currently is still there. Sissy's fine, but the biggest thing I've noticed is sometimes in here she'll wander to the middle of the room and just stare at the door. Just stare at it. And then sometimes now she's not a big barker, but lately she's been barking a little bit, which is weird. Um You do know when it's time. I've had to put down 3 cats. One died on its own. It had a diabetic something. I was giving it insulin. And, we went to sleep one day, and we woke up, and he had went into a room by himself and passed while we were asleep. I have sleep trauma. I have so much sleep trauma. I don't even want to sleep anymore because um it feels like something's bad's going to happen all the time, and I don't even wanna sleep anymore. I had another instance today, and I don't even wanna sleep anymore. But, um, with my other animals, I knew it was time. I held out the very first animal I ever had, I got him when I was 9, and he lived to be almost 17. And, I tried to hold on as long as humanly possible, but I knew the day had come and we had to put him down the next day. But it's hard to make that decision because you want them to be there forever, but you also don't want them to suffer. You know what I mean? Um, Petty, I really think you will. I really, really think you will. I always said that too, but like I said, I had to make the decision for 3 of my cats throughout the years. And for my one cat, he loved to eat and drink. He was a fat boy. He was a fat boy. He ate, he drank, and in the last few days, he would eat his wet food, his favorite wet food, but he wouldn't eat very much of it. And then the day before he passed, the only way I could get him to drink was to spray him with a squirt bottle, which he always would drink out of that, and that was the only way I could get him to drink water that day. And that's when I knew, like, it was done. He did not enjoy food anymore, he did not enjoy water anymore. We made sure he had a nice day out on the porch. He was out on the porch with his bunny, his little favorite stuffed bunny, and we made sure he had a really good last day. And I think you really will know. No, this was a while ago. I'm worried that my one is getting close. I'm worried she's been in a slow and steady decline. Her joints are bad. She creaks when she walks. She spends a lot of time sleeping. She's been doing better the past week. Like I said, them eggs really spiced her up. But if for some reason the eggs stop spicing her up, then I'm not gonna hold on to her just for my own selfish reasons. Um, does my other dogs know something is up? Um, I don't think so. I don't think so. They give her a wide berth. Leia and Yoda, the OGs. I got Yoda first, Leia second, but Leia's about 6 months older than Yoda. Um, they know that all the other dogs know. You don't fuck with those 2. Um, these 2 old dogs will put them in their place if need be. One of the Chihuahuas tried to eat Yoda's food the other day, and Yoda ain't got a whole lot in her, but man, she argh. They know not to mess with the 2 dogs. And by the way, the other day when I was on live and you could hear Sissy underneath my feet, it was Sissy and Yoda. Yoda was for whatever reason trying to lay with her. Yoda's been following me around a lot lately. And that also has made me wonder if the time's getting close because it's not that she don't love me, but she doesn't follow me around. She lays in her bed, she sleeps with her dad, but she's been wanting to follow me more. She's been wanting my attention more. And I am giving her every and anything she wants at this point. She's getting special snacks, she's getting, better food. Um, she's if she whatever she wants, she gets it. Whatever she wants. I don't even care. Don't even care. I remember the day that we had the BLTs. My husband made BLTs and I was given, a Sissy eats anything and I said, give Yoda something. He says, "Oh, she can have bacon." And I said, "You can give her all the bacon in the world." I said, "If that dog wants bacon, you give her the bacon on that plate." I said, "You give her as much bacon as she wants." Um, she got a Kraft single earlier. She liked it yesterday when I gave it to her, when I gave her Benadryl in it. So today I gave her a whole Kraft single that she really enjoyed. You got yours a steak before you put them down? Yeah. I will when that time comes and if she's able to eat, some just won't. I'm probably going to do either probably pizza. I'll probably get her some pizza. Um, yeah, yeah. Dogs, they definitely now my dogs all have their own little clique. They have their own little clique. He got a whole order of McNuggets. Sissy gets her own order of McNuggets about once every 2 weeks. I don't know that this dog has a stomach of steel. She gets anything she wants. Look, she's old and I don't care. If this dog wants to eat spaghetti, if this dog wants to eat tacos, she's going to get it. She's old and god damn it, she's earned it. Period. What and I don't care who wants to judge what. Whatever they want, they get it. Period. Whatever. Our cat started sleeping with you when it was close to him. He never slept with any of us. He slept with me for 3 nights and passed away that afternoon after some sardines. Um, yeah, my dog eats what I eat unless it's toxic for sure. If whatever I'm eating, whatever I'm having for dinner, Sissy always gets a bite. Sissy gets a bite, Pepper gets a bite, Yoda gets a bite, and then depending, the other dogs might get a bite. The Chihuahuas tend to stick together, so Buddy and Bronx and Little Man kind of hang out together. Um, Little Man and Bronx are kind of but Buddy doesn't care. Buddy's a floater. Buddy's right here. Buddy wants to be with the Chihuahuas, and Buddy wants to be with Riley and Sydney, and Buddy wants to be with Pepper. Buddy is getting fixed next month. I made the appointment. Right, Bud? You're getting your nuts chopped. Yeah. Yeah. They're going bye-bye. They're going bye-bye, buddy. They're going bye-bye. Please stop licking me. Hey. They're all my friends. All my friends. I love all my friends. All my friends are the best friends ever. I love all my friends. Get down. He loves all of them. No pickles. No pickles. Oh yeah, I've done the fork thing. It's funny though because Yoda is a pug, and she can't grasp the concept of a fork or a spoon. And she's not seeing super great. She's a bug-eyed and she's old and I don't think she sees real well. And I went to feed her off of a spoon the other day, and we call her Muppet Face because she eats. She goes, "I'm nom nom," like she don't eat like a normal dog. She literally looks like a Muppet. And she went to eat off the spoon, and she missed the food completely and just tried to eat the spoon. And I'm like, no, honey, like you can't eat the spoon. Don't do that. Peppy, go lay back down. But Buddy wants to play, and I like Buddy. Let Buddy play with Bronx. So, but they if as long as we know that whatever it is okay for the dogs, usually all of them will get a little bite of something. Like if we, a lot of times one thing that happens is we'll give each one of them one fry. Well, Sissy gets more than one fry, but and if you're wondering why Sissy gets so much more stuff than the other dog, number one, she's older, she can get whatever the hell she wants. Number two, that dog has a stomach unlike anything I've ever seen. I know. She's eaten some weird, weird things in her time on this planet. Like I said, she got into a box of Reese, stuck her nose in it, unwrapped it, whole 9, would have never believed it had I not seen it. I actually blamed my kid for it. Because who would have thought my dog could have done it? She did it twice, 2 different boxes of chocolate. Ate it fine, nothing happened. In 2 days span, she got into I had gotten up, I was eating, I had a TV tray, and I was eating, and I got up and I turned around and that dog was face first in my fucking spaghetti. Day 1. Apparently, I didn't learn because day 2, she was face first in my chili. So, she'll eat anything. She's eating Takis. Like, she does not care. She doesn't care at anything. My girl's a Chi Min Pin, and my 5-year-old we think is a rescue Chi Pom, but now we think it's a Chi Pug after I saw a baby picture. That thing that was just licking me is like a Chi is a Chug. I think it's got some dachshund in it. Sissy's a Chug. Sissy is sleeping, but Sissy's a Chug. Alrighty, guac. So, yeah, so we have, it's I hope this year doesn't end up being awful, awful. Like, do I think that Yoda's gonna make it the rest of the year? Not really. And it's hard bracing yourself for that because if I had all the money in the world, I would go buy her new everything. I would buy her every new eyeball, every new joint, every new organ, every new anything she needed to keep her here. But you just can't. You just can't. There's a dog on TikTok. His name's Glitter the Palm. They raised, and I'm not kidding. This is you can go look at their TikTok. They raised $48,000 because this like 12-year-old dog needed a heart something that could only be done in like Japan, and they literally raised like $48,000 to save this dog. And I'm just over here like realistically like that would pay off half of my house. Like, I love my animals. If I had all the money in the world, I would do it in a heartbeat. Um, but at the same time, like, I tried to do that for my cat. I tried to do the whole save it, whatever, but in the end, was the quality of life worth saving her? I don't know. I really, really don't because the cancer came back so quick. I did the whole spend money, get the cancer out, see if we can save her, and they told me they got the cancer, but they didn't. It grew back, like, violently grew back, and sometimes I just wonder if I should have just let her go when it happened because was it worth those extra few, whiles? I mean, what was going on in her head and in her body, you know what I mean? Um, who are you on Discord? I haven't seen you in Discord. Or haven't you joined it yet? I did try, and at the time, she was the second cat that I ever had. It was the second cat I ended up having to put down. I found out she had cancer on her 10th birthday, and I went in to get her a biopsy. Um, and not cheap. And I went in to get in a biopsy, and she started bleeding out on the table. And they came out and they said, well, one of two things. We can either stop the bleeding and take out the cancer, or we can put her down. And I said, well, obviously, I guess take out the cancer. I mean, that makes sense to me. And it was a lot of money. And it didn't. I don't know if it was worth it. I don't know. Yep. Had a tumor. Once they removed it, it just like they told me they're like, "Oh, we got it all." But see, here's the thing, and like this really bothers me because and there's research to back this up. I didn't know it at the time. I was doing the responsible pet owner thing and I was getting my cats vaccinated and I got him vaccinated like you're supposed to, and, it took, like, 8 years, but if you look it up, it can take 8 years, and, with some vaccinations, and I can't remember the exact which one it was, it can cause a fibrosarcoma, and it caused a fibrosarcoma, and that's exactly what it was when then once they pulled out the tumor, they showed me the tumor, it was about this big. They showed it to me, it was like a piece of just grizzle, it was about this big, and, it had grown really quickly, and, they told me they got it all. It was growing back within 3 months, and finally, I just remember, I was waiting and waiting and waiting, and I remember the night before she passed was just I couldn't wait for the morning to come. She was making crying noises, and I could tell she was very uncomfortable, and literally, I mean, I don't even know how I mean, we got to that vet so fast to put her down because she just nothing deserves that. Like, she went from being okay to just put her out of her misery in, like, hours. And, of course, you know how it is, everything happens at 3 o'clock in the fucking morning, so you can't fucking do anything. So, we got there, like, ASAP. Yeah, I don't know, it sucks, though. My other little cat, that was part of the trio, he went last, he made it about a year or 2 after she did, and then, he was about 13 when he passed, and, I can't even remember, he just slowly started deteriorating, just out of nowhere one day, and it was time, and we went and took him, and that was my mom's favorite little cat. Actually, part of her ashes are in with the cat, not, like, in with the cat, but, like, in the same container. When I had her globe made, there was some ashes left over, so I put them in with her favorite little cat, so he was a cute little guy. He had nystagmus, so his eyes went like this all the time. You could never tell what he was doing because his eyes just shook. He was like a Siamese. His mom was a calico, so he was like a Siamese ragdoll, but he was tiny. He was itty bitty. He was like kitten sized his whole life. I didn't mean to get that cat. A friend of my husband's was looking for a cat, and he said he wanted a gray cat. I didn't know what he meant a tabby cat. He just said he wanted a gray cat. And I found this cat, and he was super cute, and, that's not what his friend wanted, and we ended up keeping him. And my mom said that he looked like her dad, so we named him after her dad. Um, but and then everything was fine, whatever, and, we had gotten a cat, um, because we had Meaner, Tinker, and Simon. Meaner went, then Tinker went, but we had Meaner, Tinker, and Simon. Meaner went, and before Tinker and Simon went, we got Shadow. And we had Shadow, we got him from a shelter, and, and, uh, within not very long, he wasn't acting right, and so we took him in, and we found out he had diabetes. So I had to give insulin injections to this cat, and he was doing good. He had one little diabetic issue one time, and he was doing real good, and everything was fine, and, I mean, there was no warning sign. Like, we all went to bed, and when we got up, we found him in a room, just gone. Um, the hardest part is gonna be watching the doctor put the needle in when the time is right, but that needle because the needle means it's over. Yeah, that was hard for me the very first time that it happened. I'm lucky I'm still here. He went to put the needle in my cat, and I threw myself over my cat screaming. So, um, just, my only advice to you would be stay up by the animal's face. Stay up by the animal's face. And, don't look for the needle. Don't look for it. Stay up by them because they they look for you. They look for you. They look for their owner, they look for the comfort, stay up by their face. One thing that I always did was always told them it was okay to go. Say, "Okay, it's time to go now. It's okay. It's okay. You can go." And stay up by their face, let them watch you. And the only thing I will tell you is, and this will be hard, stay up by their face, let them watch you, but you will know the second that they're gone. Their eyes immediately lose all light. They go from literally it's a snap of the finger. Snap of the finger. One minute they're there and the next minute their eyes are just vacant. And I would warn you on that. But here's my thing. I've heard people say, "I can't do it. I can't watch them. I can't be in the room." No, you're right. That your animal that's your best friend for years and years and years, in its final moments, all it wants is its best friend. It doesn't matter what you want. Like, no, I didn't want to watch, the life drain out of my animal's eyes, but that's what they needed. That's what they needed. They needed their mom. They needed their friend. And it's weird because it sucks, but it's closure at the same time. Yeah, exactly. You owe it to them. Hey, Nancy, you owe it to them to be there for them in the last moments. I know that if I guess look at it backwards. If something happened and you ended up in your home bedridden and you only had a few hours left, wouldn't you want them to be by you? Wouldn't I mean, like, I'm gonna tell you right now, like, if something happened to me and I knew I had a few hours left, the first thing I'm gonna say is go get my dog. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Go get my dog. Period. I don't care about anything else. Just go get my dog. Of course, I want my husband there before anybody gets smart assy about that. But that's it. They do. They watch you, and I will say this. Sometimes they do have a look of confusion on their face, but it's not for you. It's for them. Yep, that's what I did. That's what I did, Brandy. Every time I stayed up by him, I pet him, and I just kept saying, "It's okay. It's okay. You can go now. You can go." And and they went. What did you do the minute you said, "I know she passed. My Wi-Fi went out. I'm my actual phone right now." Weird. What did you do the minute you said, "I'll know she passed"? Oh, you mean, if you're standing up by them and you're looking in their eyes, you'll know the second they pass. It's and if nobody warns you, that's why I'm telling you if to stay up there, tell them, it's okay to go. And definitely tell them it's okay to go because I will tell you, animals will hold on for you. I know for a fact my cat fought that whole night to stay. I know she did. I know she did. She held on for me. And you have to tell them it's okay to go because then they can relax. But when you're up by their face, um and you let them look at you and you let them see that you're the last thing that they see. The thing is that a lot of people don't know about or don't know is you will know the second they pass. Second they pass. It's a switch. It's a literal switch. Their eyes go from having like your eye does like a glossy sheen to fog that quick. Their eyes go just completely dull. They go from I mean, it's like that. It's normal eye, snap, fog. It's wild, and if you don't know that's coming, I didn't know it was coming, it hits hard. So, I'm gonna tell you that. It's hard. It's real, real hard. And I mean, it's within seconds. It's not like you watch it fade out, and that's the only thing I can think of that makes it somewhat better is it's so instant. You're not watching it fade out of them. You're not watching them struggle or be scared. It's literally instantaneous. They're there, they're not. And I that's to me that's somewhat comforting, I guess. So, I mean, I've seen other ones where they just go to sleep. They just close their eyes and go to sleep, I guess. I've never had that. Mine were all looking right at me when it happened. They stared at me the whole time. And I've never lost a dog, and I'm trying to, like, not think about it, I guess. I'm trying to pretend it's not on its way, but I have a feeling it's closer than what I want, you know? Um, they what my vets always did was not sometimes they'll do a sedation, and sometimes instead of doing sedation, they'll do like an anxiety thing to where they won't fight, they won't struggle, but they also don't close their eyes first. So, um, I just remember I can't with Meaner, I was like it was bad. Like my vet had been a vet for 20 years at the time. And he had to leave the room because I was screaming so hard and that he was starting to cry. I mean, I was screaming. And that was the first time I'd ever seen him really like he was like choking up. And so I'm not super I can't really remember because I just remember being on top of him and screaming. With Tinker, I just remember petting her and crying and petting her and crying. And by the time it got to Simon, I had just lost Tinker a year earlier, and it was kind of just easier. And that was the one that was staring at me, and that's the one that I saw the light just go out. Petty, I don't know. I don't know. I've made the comment. I've made the comment lots of times that you guys know this, that there's been situations where Sissy was the only thing that kept me topside. And I don't know what's going to happen to me when she goes. And I mean that genuinely. I really don't. With Yoda, I see how badly she's deteriorating. Losing weight, wandering, not really. For her, it's going to be closure of letting her be at peace. And if Sissy gets to that point, If Sissy gets to the point where her life is no longer quality, I think I'd be able to make peace with myself that she was no longer able to enjoy things, and I think I would be able to make peace with that. But I don't know, man. I don't know. I know I had Pepper. Pepper makes sure to know that I have Pepper, and it'll be a comfort, but it's not ever gonna be, you know what I mean? Yeah, you can do lots of really cool things with ashes. You can do lots of really cool things with ashes. Um, you can do, like I said, I got my mom in, a couple of necklaces and a globe with her ashes because she loved to collect glass things. When I told her that I could make her into a globe, she was so excited. I was like, "What color do you want?" She's like, "Blue." So I have a blue globe of her in my room. Um, I get that, Nancy. I get that. I don't know, it's gonna be hard. You know, my husband has watched me cry over animals that most people wouldn't cry over, like axolotls and crabs and things that, most people don't really consider like pets, I guess. I mean, I've cried over, things that a lot of people wouldn't. Um, and he's like, "I don't know what's gonna happen to you when Yoda goes." I said, "I don't know what's gonna happen to me. I guess it'll prep me a little bit in a way, ish, not really for Leia, but it's gonna be hard because I want to sell my kidney and fix her, but I can't." I will tell you this, Randella, for me, I have cried more over animals than I ever have over people. Hands down. Even with my mom, she was so ready to go and so needing to go that I made peace with my mom's passing fairly quickly. My mom had deteriorated um awful in the last, couple days. The last day that she was even here, she wasn't here. She wasn't here. And, to listen the night that they told me to come because it was going to be that night, to listen to the rattling and the breathing and the just as much as you want to cry and scream and whatever, there's a part of you that is glad their suffering is done, that they're not in pain or in scared or anything like that. Um, and I don't have a lot. I mean, I have a lot of family members that have passed, okay? Like, don't get me wrong. But I've only ever been connected to 3 of them, and one of them was buried on my 5th birthday, so I don't have a whole lot of recollection. But I lost my mom and my uncle within 6 months of each other, almost to the day. And, I don't know. I was able to make peace with that probably because they were old, they had lived their lives, they were uncomfortable, but I am the type that, I don't know, man, animals just fuck with me. They just fuck with me so bad. My husband doesn't get it. My husband's a man's man. You know what I mean? Like Yoda is my husband's dog. Okay, that is my husband's dog. That is his baby. And I don't even know how much it's going to affect him with that being his dog. Do you know what I mean? Like, my husband is very emotionally detached even to people. There's a person on here that's made comments about that my husband doesn't care about living things. My husband is very, very detached because of something that happened to him, and to judge him for that is fucked up. Um, so he has detached himself from loss. You can't judge people for how they choose to grieve, not grieve, deal with any type of losing a life situation. We all mourn differently. And my husband had a loss to him that was huge, and it just kind of shut him off. And it's hard because, like, if an animal of mine passes, the first thing I do is cry my fucking head off. That's the first thing I do. It doesn't matter what it is. First thing I do is cry my fucking head off. And he's like, "It's just an animal." I think in his mind, he lost somebody so important to him that there's nothing that's ever gonna compare to that. So that's kinda where he is. Um, and, people have made comments about how he chooses to deal with things, and until you've been in his shoes, until you've had what has happened to him, you don't get to say anything. You don't know nothing. To bastardize somebody for how they deal with the loss of something is fucked up. Some people cry and cry and cry. Some people never cry, never shed a tear. But that doesn't mean they don't care. Doesn't mean they don't care. It doesn't mean that they don't have whatever feeling. I never shed a goddamn tear over my dad, not one. The only time I shed a tear, I'll tell you right now, the only time I shed a tear was when they said that they found my dad's body, his ashes, and they were like, they had sat in this garage because they did not know what to do with this container of ashes, because you can't just throw it out. And they finally found me and got a hold of me, and what made me cry was this person said that they didn't know what to do with them, so they just sat in the garage and talked to him so he wouldn't be alone. And that made me cry more than his loss did. My dad was sick. He was real sick. He had a horrible last year of life. Awful. Horrible. And I cried way more about that act of compassion than I did about the fact of losing him. He did not have a good last year of life. He held on way longer than he should have. I mean, it was a rough year. I mean, you know, everybody deals with things differently. Some of us, I mean, I cry at everything. I mean, I cry at everything. I cried everything. We had a duck when it was a baby. Um, we had a duck, somehow managed to fall off the porch. It was up in its thing on the porch, and somehow it got in between something and it fell. And when it fell, one of the goats came to investigate, and it didn't end well. And I remember crying my fucking head off. And he's like, "It's a duck." And I'm like, "Yeah, it's a duck. It's a living being. It's yeah." And he's like, "It's food." And I'm like, that some people don't view animals in the same light as people, which is why some people can hunt very easily and very quickly, and that's their mindset. Their mindset is, this is food. I am not that way. I am not that person. Like, I apologize to bugs. I am the type person, like, if there is a bug bothering me, before I squish it, I will apologize to it. Like, some people just have different views of the hierarchy of life. Right. I mean, Petty, it's you don't know, like, judging people for how they react to a life. Some people do not act, quote unquote, accordingly. But that doesn't mean anything. What they do outwardly, how somebody acts outwardly may not be how they are inwardly, or maybe it is. My view is, I guess, is I cry enough for both of us, because I cry over the tiniest minute anything, and he's Billy Badass. So, hey, enough. No. 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 Pepper. 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 Bronxy. Thank you. Um, Everybody's different, you know? Shot can make you definitely react in crazy ways, for sure. For sure. So, you'd rather laugh at the funny moments than dwell on the sad things, and I can't cry. I was told not to cry or I'll give you a reason to cry. Deal, so that's not my first reaction. See, and that's what people don't get, is there's a lot of people who, for whatever reason, were told, men don't cry. I'll give you something to cry about. What the fuck are you crying over? To where they don't have that reaction that some people would have. 100%. My mom, one thing that irritated me about my mom, but you know what? Karma in the end, karma did have its way, because my mom was one of those people who was always very selfish, in my opinion. Um, in the whole, I don't want to go visit them at the hospital. I want to remember them in a better way. And I put that as the same thing as saying you don't want to be with your animal when it's put down. It's not for you. It's for the person lying there in that bed, getting able to see a person they love for the last time, getting to say I love you, getting to feel like they're loved, feel like they're going to be missed. And my mom was one of those people that would say, I just want to remember them. I want to be able to remember them good. And yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, when you watch the life drain out of somebody, that is the last thing you remember, and that's a fact. But I wasn't there for me, although I'm really glad I was, and I'm really glad I had that closure, and I'm really glad that, I was there. But it was because nobody deserves to go through that alone, you know what I mean? Um, but now people did come to see my mom when she she got put into hospice, and she was gone in 2 weeks. And she had really good days, then she had really bad days. And then before she passed, she had some really good days. And then she just completely went, she was doing, like, she started like declining. And then one day she was like perfect. Like nothing had ever happened. And I got really excited, and I told the nurses, I'm like, look how much better she's getting. And I just remember them going, she's done. And I'm like, she's so much better. Like, look at her. She's great. She's her, she's not been her, and she's her. And they're like, this is it. And you go, like, what do you mean? But a lot of people in end stage and hospice and things like that, right before they go, they are perfect. They're perfect. And she was perfect. And literally, it was like, and then boom, it was done. And she was gone. And that's what happens. But you get to have those last few final moments, which are nice. Hey, babe. So, yep. And that's what she did. And then, like the day, it was probably the day that the daytime before she went, she started declining. She did get to say one thing to me before she passed, which we'll always remember, which is nice. But then that night she was gone. Exactly, Petty. Like, wait, what? There's a reason I'm doing it to begin with. Like, why are we doing this? There's obviously a reason to begin with, so I'm not really sure what you're trying to scare me with. Yeah. See, and that's something that people don't know. My mom's death like affected him awful. Awful. My mom and him were super close. Super, super close. When my mom got sick, he was the one who had to help her do everything. He had to help her carry everything and do everything, and he had to you do the be there for her, and he was with me when she passed, and that's the last thing that he saw of her. He hasn't got to lose a parent yet. Hell, he's barely lost grandparents. Yep, he gave up on all feelings but anger, and then you guys get mad at him because he doesn't grasp an axolotl death. He's shut everything off. He's completely shut off. And he hasn't lost a parent yet, and he's still got a lot of his family. I think the only person that really has I think the only person really is his grandpa, wasn't it? I mean, that you were close to. I don't wanna hear about your uncles, cousins, brothers, whatever. I think the only person that you were super close to was your grandpa. And, let me tell you the worst timing ever. They tell us we need to get to the hospital, and we made it to the parking lot. We made it to the parking lot. We didn't even go up, and he was gone. We were still in the parking lot. I still remember walking. I remember exactly where I was standing. We had made it to the parking lot, and I didn't even barely know the man, and I remember that. Money does grow on trees, you're right, that's kinda fucked up. Yeah, so my husband hasn't got to go through the things that I have yet. I lost my mom, I lost my great grandma, who was my grandma, and then I lost my uncle, who was more a dad to me than my dad was, and I lost my dad, which was not a huge loss to me, um, and I barely knew his parents. So, anybody that was of importance to me in my life that was older than me is gone. They're all gone. So, for me, they're other than my husband, like, there's deaths that's gonna suck. Don't get me wrong, there's people that I'm not wanting to lose, but I've had the loss. It's already there. I've already had the loss. See, my husband hasn't got to lose his mom yet, and I don't know how that's gonna hit him when that happens. I know, his mom and his grandma are the ones that he's dreading the most. His mom and his grandma, I know that. Um, what? Miss ma'am? What? Pepper, why is it every time I talk to her, you have to jump up in my face? Because I'm Pepper. What, sissy? Come here. You want a drink? Come on, you want a drink? Go get a drink. Go get a drink. Weirdo. I missed the beginning. Why are we talking about death? What happened? Nothing. I don't know how we got on the whole. I don't know. I don't know. I was talking about the fact that we got to get Yoda fixed for worms on Monday and that she's slowly declining, steadily declining, and how it's gonna suck. And the next thing we're talking about pet deaths, and then we're talking about real like people and she didn't want you to be there. She didn't want you to be there. My mom sat there the whole night and I was paying attention. Shit. Hold on. There we go. My mom was sitting there the whole night. And I'm sitting there the whole night holding her hand. I have a picture 17 minutes before she passed of me holding her hand. And she waited till I was having a conversation with my husband. Like the one time I dared to like not think about it and I was looking at my husband, we were talking about fucking Fazoli's and I realized that I could no longer hear that rattling. And she was gone. She waited till I was distracted. And I'm pretty sure that your grandmother didn't want you to be there either. Short. Yeah, this started with worms, she says. And then yeah, we plinko boarded into losing our family. It was awesome. That's just how it rolls, I guess. No, sometimes ADHD sucks. Sometimes you end up in conversations like this because they plinko board. So that's the bad part. That's the bad part. I'm out of Fritos. My cookies are about stale. I tried to eat some cookies earlier and I don't know what happened. I guess I didn't tighten the container enough. So they're not super great. You have the best idea though. What is your idea? What is your best idea? I don't know what's for dinner. I have no idea. I think I'm gonna eat, I think I'm gonna have a TV dinner that's been in there for a hot minute. Ryan, don't ask. Just look at what happened to my exes. It will be a surprise. Last I checked, didn't you glue your ex's keyhole shut and then glue his key to the car or something? All right, baby. Is everything okay? Can I call you? We're not gonna be gluing keys to cars, are we? Now she wants back in. She wanted a drink and now she wants back in. Oh, right, right, right. You glued the keyhole and then set the alarm off in the parking lot. I'm sorry. Oh, you're cooking when you get back? Well, I'm still probably gonna have to have something. Should I take a picture of that? Because last time he told every time he tells me that we're eating when he gets home and he's like, "I'm not hungry." And I sit here and I wait because he's like, "Oh yeah, when I get home we're gonna eat," and then he don't want to eat. Do I need to defrost some hamburger or something? Do you want me to pull out one of the hamburgers? We could have some hamburger helper. I can go get that out of the freezer. It's right on top. It wouldn't be a problem. All right, you want me to get some hamburger out, or do you want me to just leave it in there for right now? Just leave it in there. Okay. I'll probably have a tiny little snack or something. I like the story about your ex's number story. Oh, the one where you what did you do? You bought a bunch of keys and put his phone number on a bunch of them, call if lost or something? There's something fundamentally wrong with you, just so you know. I can't even imagine the karma that you have worked up, for real. Like, holy shit. I can't say nothing, I'm beginning to wonder how karma works because I feel like the people that need the karma don't get it, and the people who try to be above level and try to be good people keep getting shit on. I feel like it's almost do the opposite because there's so many people I know that are absolute shit bags that seem to never have bad karma come to them. But I know plenty of great people that are good people and that just cannot catch a break. They just cannot catch a break. So, but I've been on here an hour and a half. We've all been depressed by this live. I'm gonna go play some video games and Karmatic Depot, perhaps. You taught me about that. Or Karmatic Department. I thought you said I'm thinking you what do you buy Karma at Home Depot? I'm so confused right now. Um, I know how much stronger do I need to be for real. But yeah, so what the fuck is going on in my earring? Anyways, I will see you guys tomorrow. Oh, this isn't good. I don't know what's going on with my earring, but whatever it is ain't good. I gotta figure out how to do this. Roll one up for me. End stream.